Buffs Nation. I'm sorry I'm a little late. I'm tardy as always. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Don't get too upset about the decisions of 17 and 18-year-old teenagers. We can't be doing that. We can't be doing that. But we got a lot to talk about, and it's not all bad news. We got some good news and some interesting things to talk about as well. Shout out to VH, The Truth, everybody in the chat. But big, big shout out to my man, Rawhide Media, for joining me for a little bit tonight. How you doing today, man?
Hey, how you doing, Dave? Glad for you to have me on. I am recovering from late last night, well, rough yesterday, and a early day today. It's been wild. I tell you, it's been wild. You know, so that's how I'm doing, bro. That's how I'm doing.
Well, hey, okay, Alpha Roo saying this, man. I gotta say, man, whenever I'm tuning into the barber shop, and especially today, I just forgot National Signing Day was even a
It just
thing,
went
man.
away. It just went away, didn't it? Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Having some misses, man. It all just went away if you tuned in, bro.
Yeah,
It just all went away. Uh,
yeah, it was crazy. So hey, but let's get into Colorado. I'm gonna take us through our class. We actually have a new commitment to talk through, which is kind of interesting. Um, but I mean, going into this morning, I mean, I did
mhm.
a little bit of a pre-recorded show yesterday where I was thinking, okay, like I'm expecting some flips. I'm expecting some noise. I'm grabbing my popcorn, and I think we got some popcorn, in a different kind of way. Obviously we had, um, the majority of our guys sign, which is nice from the high school ranks, and then of course the transfers filled out there paperwork and whatever. But Draylon Miller, Cameron McKell, Brandon Davis Swain, Eric Brantley, and Michael Welsh have all signed. And Omar White, he kind of goes MIA right now. We have a Montre Bradford that flips to Georgia Tech, cousin of Cam Michael. That was probably the biggest surprise. Um, who else? The Carl Lewis, wide receiver. I'm fine with that. I feel good about the wide receiver group right now. I think we might bring in another transfer though. That's just my kind of hunch on things. Am I missing any more flips or decommits? And then just Jordan Seaton didn't sign his NLI today,
Mhm,
which was a big surprise. So,
mhm.
um, I've been talking a little bit rawhide. What were your initial thoughts on like what you were expecting today versus kind of what we got? And then we can kind of dissect this whole thing.
Right. Let me begin by saying I know the big fish, Jordan Seaton. Now I've heard people say it's a done deal and all of that, which it may very well may be, but he hadn't signed yet with Maryland, right? So he's technically still a commit. He hadn't even decommitted yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's still showing on the commit list. I think, you know, we're a little premature on the emotions from it. But after that, after whatever choice he makes, I think then people should be able to vent. Now, rolling back to something else you said about the young man from Georgia, right? Because we signed his cousin, right?
Yeah. Montre
But
Bradford.
right, and but he decommitted, and actually the cousin was the big recruit, right? that,
Yeah.
that that's what kind of threw me on. That's what threw me there. I'm like, well, the cousin was the big recruit.
Hmm.
Bradford we need and all that, right? Nobody, I'm not denying any of that. Bradford, we need that. But I thought that if you got his cousin, he was gonna stick. So that really surprised me. That really surprised me. How did you feel about it?
Yeah. Very, very surprised. I watched his video and I feel like you could really tell. I mean, this thing was a really hard decision that he made. I don't know if it was, more money or just better situation for him playing time wise or something like that. But you could tell whatever decision, um, or whatever was causing him to make this decision was not,
Mhm.
approached lightly. He had
Mhm.
played with Cam, I believe, most of his life, and then of course all the way through high school there. So that was a that was a big surprise. But I remember Rawhide, we were having this conversation. I can't remember if it was on air or off air, but ideally, I would love somebody like Bradford as well as a guy coming over from LSU like Wiggins.
Mhm.
I like both of those guys. Get a
Mhm.
guy in here that needs some time to develop, then bring in a guy like Wiggins, who is a top 50 player who's had a couple years in college but hasn't gotten on the field yet. See if now is his time, right? And I guess if I had to pick one or the other, though, if I had to, I would wanna take a chance on a guy like Wiggins, every single time. You're
Right.
going after the top player in Louisiana, top
Mhm.
50 player every year. But that was a super big surprise. But ultimately right now, like the guys that decommitted from the high school ranks, it doesn't really change too much. I feel like the guys that we're expecting to come in and impact
Mhm.
the team this
Mhm.
next year. What do you think about all that?
Totally agree. Totally agree. Oh, you want to get that off?
Oh, yeah, I'll get it. Alfaru, thank you so much. Says, "For Christmas, send in raw, your gift's coming later. Go grab a steak." I definitely will. God bless you. Thank you so much. Hey, this thing's just a lot of fun. It
Yeah.
feels like a family. Thank you, Alfaru. Much love.
Facts. Appreciate it, brother. But yeah, I don't think because I don't feel like the guys that they picked up from the high school ranks are going to move the needle that much as far as wins and losses.
Yeah.
Now, please, guys, if you're listening to me, don't say that. I am not saying they don't matter. What I am saying, okay, oh my God, you got to
Probably
break it
gonna say
down. You
that.
got to break it down. I'm saying you got to break it out like that. What I'm saying though is, as a freshman, right, you coming in and you looking for some development. There are going to be some mistakes there here and there. So since that's the case, you know, one or two losses here and there is not such a bad thing. I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? I get it. So I'm happy with what they received. I guess I'm a little I would say surprised that they didn't add to the recruiting ranks from the high school point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I was expecting some big fish, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, and I guess impact players in terms of freshmen, let me go ahead and pull up this right here. Now that I got this new computer rawhide, I can screen share and talk at the same time. It's amazing. Um, but in terms of like impact guys for next year, um, Draylon Miller, Cameron McHale, like maybe those guys get on the field, but our wide receiver room is very deep. We'll see what happens with the secondary, but I'm feeling better about that. Maybe Brandon Davis Swain's a guy that can have an impact on the defensive line next year. Um, I mean, I think something will have to go disastrous if Micah Welsh is getting substantial carries this next year. So in terms of injuries in our backfield right now, so yeah, really, Brandon Davis Swain's the only one that I could probably see being a substantial rotational piece. Um, yeah. Any other thoughts on that?
yeah, well, Michael. Okay, let me ask you a question here. What position is Brandon Davis Swain supposed to play? Is he going to play a nine technique, three technique, zero? Where is he playing at on the defensive line?
Explain to us, Rawhide, the different techniques.
Okay, well, zero over the nose, three. The three is between guard tackle, and nine is basically defensive end. So what I'm asking is that where is he going to play on the defensive line?
I thought that he was a 9 then, a defensive
So you
end.
think he's going to be a defensive end?
Well,
I
he
don't.
lined up primarily on edge.
I don't. Is he that?
263? I mean,
Yeah.
he's not gonna line up inside.
Right. I know that, and that's my point. Okay,
Yeah.
now, okay, you get into where I'm going with it. Because I felt like he was a defensive. he played on the defensive line.
Yeah.
He was more of a defensive tackle than a defensive end. I kind of felt that way. Now I could be dead dog wrong, but it kind of came off that way. Now, so at 6'3", 263, I don't know. Now they could put some weight on him a little bit. I get that. Uh, I don't know what you're gonna get out of a freshman at that size.
Yeah.
In addition to that, they got defensive ends, a lot of rush ends, so they got a few of those. And
Mhm.
then we talk about Eric Brantley, which played well. He had a great high school year. I have the same questions about him. Where are they playing? You know, so
Yeah, so it looks like, at least in that little report that said D end in a 4-3 for Brand Davis Swain. And it's looking like we get I forget, man. It's been so long since I've looked at their tape. I'm gonna need to tune in a bird's eye view. He'll give me the breakdown. Um, but yeah, sure. Yeah. I would imagine Brantley would play more of the edge. That's what I thought he would, but we're just gonna have to see. I'm not even looking at the comments, so maybe one of y'all
I
are
thought he
able to
played.
fix it
Yeah, I
here.
thought he played. Think about it in high school, bro. They play all up and down defensive line. Let's be honest about it. In high school, what I'm saying, when you're a talent like Brandon and a talent like Eric, you play all up and down the defensive line. So you move around. So what I'm saying, like you brought in your example with the LSU gentleman, right? Quincy
Yeah,
Wiggins, right?
yeah.
I think it was RJ was telling me, man, he's going to be rush in, stand up, right? Now he said he can't put his hand on the ground sometime, but he'll stand up guy. But he's 6'5", 265. He kind of, I guess his example was more so to the line of a Miles Garrett, right?
Mhm.
So, which Miles Garrett just pure defensive end, right?
Yeah.
But so that's why I ask these questions when they're 6'3", 6'2", 263. I just I'm just I'm curious to that because if this is defense, if they're looking at converting them to defensive tackle, because if they're looking at converting them to defensive tackles, then that's going to slow down the process even more. And defensive end, do they got that type of get off on the college level? Then
Yeah.
they got to make sure they built up for that because if they usually about that defensive ends are not 3 stars, 3 stars and are not rated and not rated 90. You know what I mean? When they come in, they ready to, you know what I'm saying? They usually some of the premier players. So that's why I'm scratching my head about it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know either, but I think we both know that, hey, I don't think we'll see, well, at least much from these guys this next year. And yeah, we need to give them a year, I feel like, to get comfortable, get acclimated. It's nice. I think all these guys that signed today, I think we should expect them to be here in January, which is great. But let's how about this? How about we cover the transfers or like our new commit we got? We can cover Jordan Seaton a little bit and then get
Mhm.
into the rest of the roster. Let's do that. So,
Yeah, that's fine. Hey,
um,
if you don't mind, let me give them some examples. I know they probably want
yeah,
some examples of those. Like a Aaron Donald is a three technique, so that's where he plays, right? But
yes,
now, granted, Aaron Donald they run over defensive line too, but he's more of a three tech, right?
hmm,
A zero tech that's just a nose tackle, right? That's all that is. Ain't nothing special about that. Just a nose tackle. Now, but a nine tech is more like outside linebacker, like a Von Miller. I know you're very familiar with Von Miller, so that
yeah,
a nine tech could be a Von Miller type.
okay, yeah, yeah. I think the plan was to have Omar White inside like that, um, and hopefully he can still come here. I'm hoping that he's able to, but yeah, that was one of the surprises today because Uh, I thought, kind of no news is good news.
Mhm.
He's been on the list. I would expect him to be here. That's clearly not the case. So I can speculate about that, but I don't have any information. With that, William Barry, or my bad. I think people are having a conversation in the chat. Um, but hey, let's get to this commit that we have right now. This is an interesting one. We brought in another offensive tackle here. That is Phillip Houston, offensive tackle out of Florida International, FIU. I think he's got good size. I think he measures out at like 6'5", like height wise. But the one confusing thing, I don't know, Rahai. Like, do you think some people have said there's no way he's 250, but I don't know. He kind of looks like he's 250 right there. What do you think?
Oh my God. Shoot. I mean, is that his listed weight
Yeah, dude.
on the offensive line? What is he, a center?
He played tackle, but there is
Not
good
at
news.
250. Not at
There
250.
there
Not
is good
250.
news to this, Rahai. There is good news, and that is, hey, I know the competition level isn't Power 5, okay? But, hey, man, at the end of the day, this guy he graded out better than all of our offensive linemen.
Oh, Dave, there you go. See, you can't be doing that, Dave. You can't go to the dark side. Don't do that, Dave. Don't do that, Dave. Please don't do that. Don't do that, Dave. Don't do that, Dave. Don't do that, Dave. That ain't good, bro. That ain't good for you. Don't do that, Dave. Oh.
So I don't really know what to make of it. In, like, a serious manner, I think, Phillip Houston, man, he's gonna be bringing depth. I'm hoping this is not, like, what people are saying is that this guy's the replacement for Jordan Seaton if he were to go to Maryland.
Dave, don't do that.
I
Don't
don't
do
think
that,
that's the case.
Dave.
I think Jordan Seaton's here.
Oh my
I
God.
think he's staying. I think he's staying. I gotta hold out hope. But, you know, I everybody say, like, "Dave, man, we like this Pro Football Focus tool." At the end of the day, y'all, like, I see, he did well in the pass blocking. That's all I can really give you on here. I mean, I don't even see where's the run blocking, dude? Oh, run blocking right there, 64.8. Dude,
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe he's got good technique. We've needed more offensive linemen. We saw that Jeremiah McCrimmon decommitted today. So if we're just replacing, if we're just flipping these two out, swapping them for each other, I mean,
Yeah.
that's cool. It is what it is.
Dave, I need you to do me a favor, man. I need you to stay positive, right? Because I need a safe place to come to. You know what I'm saying? When I want to do some content, I don't need you. I just want to. I need a safe space, bro. I'm dependent on you. So don't do that, Dave. Stay positive, bro. And you know what I mean. Don't come to my side. You stay where you at. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I'll tell you what, Rawhide, a lot of people, including myself, I mean, I'm lying to you guys if I'm saying that I'm not nervous. I am a little nervous. What the heck? But Rawhide, man, us Bus fans, this thing with Seaton isn't the worst thing that's ever happened to us now.
I feel you. I feel you.
We've
I feel
we've
you.
been through much worse if this is the case. But, you know, again, I can't see what he's being offered or whatever, or what the deal is with Maryland, dude. But hey, man,
He's not lost though, Dave. He ain't lost yet. He's not lost.
yeah, we can't lose a recruiting battle to Terps, to the Terps. You can't do that. Maryland. When was the last time Maryland was relevant, man?
Well, it's been a little more recent than Colorado, in all honesty. Just.
No, dude, we can't say that anymore. We were relevant
Uh,
this year.
oh yeah. Colorado was relevant this year, but they were. Dave, you gotta stop, bro. You gotta. Dave, they gonna
We
come for you, Dave. They gonna come for you, Dave. I'm trying to warn you, Dave. I'm trying to help you, Dave. I'm trying to help you. I'm just
see everybody's like, chill out, chill out.
yeah, Dave. You the safe space, Dave. You are the safe space.
Yeah. Well, okay. Y'all bringing me back. Y'all bringing me back. KW's
Yeah.
coming in here being like, well, what would have made you happy? Yada, yada, yada. And this is what I wanted to get
Oh
to.
my God. Why did you ask that question, KW? Why would you ask him that?
Man, y'all are great.
See, Dave, I told you, bro. You got to stop, Dave. You got to stop. See, I can't have people being mad at you, bro. I can't have people being mad at
No,
you, bro.
it's okay. So I'll go back to what I've been expecting for this recruiting class the whole year. Okay. And that was like 15 to 17, 18 high school guys, and then the
Mhm,
rest transfer portal guys. Okay.
mhm,
So I always kind of expected, hey, we're going to have a small high school class.
mhm,
And again, this is just early National Signing Day. We got to see, I guess, kind of what else happens. I think, like, to me, if we had just kept all of our commits, um, that's cool. Like, I got no issue. I'm still feeling great. It's just it's kind of weird seeing guys decommit, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm still overall. I think Coach Kev, somebody in the chat or on Twitter earlier today was asking me my thoughts, and I said I was underwhelmed for today, but overall I'm happy because um I mean, we flip back here. Let's just count through the starters that we've brought in. Um, I think potential starters that we've brought in. Okunlola, Wankwo, that's two. Destin Wade, that's three. Will Shepard, that's four. Shimon Mateer, that's five. Justin Mayers, that's six. Tyler Johnson, that's seven. Khalil Benson, Yakiri Walker, maybe one of those guys ends up starting. So I'll say eight. And then if we include Jordan Seaton, that makes nine. So that is bringing in nine immediate starters on this team next year. That is still very good. That's still very high impact. And, again, these are just points, stats, whatever. So take all this with a grain of salt. But I mean, I think, man, this is hilarious, man. We're 99 in the high school rank right now, number one in the transfer, still number 21 overall, which I think is, which is quite funny. But that's because like this overall, like it measures the fact that we are getting starters. We are getting a lot of guys who can contribute. And yeah, even if we got, I forgot Preston Hodge, that would make 9 or 10 starters depending on, Seaton. So that is half of your starting lineup from last year. Essentially, I mean, you got 22 positions, 11 on offense, 11 on defense. We're bringing in 10 new guys to walk out on that field with a lot more depth. This is still a very successful start to the recruiting period. It's just going to be interesting to see how all this shakes out a little bit. But that's why it's like, I don't really feel like losing these guys, the three freshmen, really have much of an impact on next year at all. But it's just kind of weird like that. It just feels kind of weird. But overall, we got starters. Tell me what you think about that, Rawhide.
Yeah, I agree with you. To answer his question about what would I have liked to see, what could have happened. Um, Maintain the guys that you had committed, right? Sign all those guys. It's still small. What was that, 11? So sign all 11, right? And continue to work through the portal.
Yes.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I've mentioned this before. I know a lot of people, they may not agree with this, but like Dave, you've been a Colorado fan for years and years,
Mhm.
right? So it's those high school guys that's the foundational pieces, right, to build the team, right, or to grow the team. Now, granted, this new transfer portal thing that makes it a lot more difficult, but when you see freshmen or high school players coming into your program, it seems to be a little bit more stable for the future.
Yeah.
So that's what I would just like to see. And I like to see those guys all sign. Saying unfortunately that it ain't just Colorado. They're not the excuse me, I'm sorry. They're not the only ones in college football that lost some recruits. Everybody did. Everybody had some flips as part of the game. But I think that's the answer to your question. Now, as far as who they got those starters in, each one that you mentioned is who I agree with you with.
Mhm.
Yeah, each one of them. I'm happy. I'm more than ecstatic about my man from LSU, Quincy Wiggins.
Yeah.
These offensive linemen, wherever they plug and play in, You know what I'm saying? That I don't know where exactly they fit. And I hate to speculate about that, but I'm also thinking that Savion Washington fixing his ankle may have a slot. I don't know.
I think so.
You know what I'm saying?
People won't like to hear that, but I still think he's a starter on this offensive line.
Hmm.
I he was by far, you know, our best, definitely our best tackle before, you know, he went through that injury, but yeah, like give him another year to recover, put him with some good coaching, better talent to be around. I I th- I think the line's gonna be. I think we can all expect the line to be better. I'm not gonna go out calling an elite yet or anything like that, but I think it's going to be serviceable. And I mean, we didn't even get to serviceable this past year at all.
Hmm. Right. Right.
So
So I agree with you, bro. I just it. I know it seems. I know a lot of people got their heads down and look, and it seems like it's the end of the world, but I don't think it is, man.
um,
This happens, guys. Listen. This happens.
yes,
You know what I'm saying? And I know we think nothing bad can happen, bro. This is just recruiting. It's a part of it. You sitting there, you can't put, you know what I'm saying, all your, you know what I'm saying, you just can't put all your hopes and dreams on these young men that's being pulled and twisted. And it ain't just them, they handlers, they family, pulled and twisted every kind of way. Some of them flip. Ask Georgia today. Ask Florida State. Florida State ain't happy today.
hey man, we could be Gator fans, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking to him, he gonna, hey bro, this is his last year coming up. He gonna have to, hey bro, if he don't win games, he's gone.
Man, you know, this reminds me. I always forget his name. That USC coach that was there before Lincoln Riley. What was his name? He was there like 2, 3 seasons too long.
The defensive coordinator
No, the head coach. I can never remember his name,
for who? Wait a
um,
minute, for who? For who? For who?
for USC, but
Oh,
he was kind of a dead man walking
Clay
for like
Helton.
2 seasons.
Jonas say
Yes,
Clay
Clay
Helton.
Helton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of a dead man walking, and, like, USC didn't have the recruiting drop off, I mean, that, or, like, to the the clicks and the
Mhm.
internet magnitude that like Florida is having right now. But it's kind of one of those kind of feels like that thing where it's like maybe Napier's going into his last year at Florida, and you see a lot of people jumping ship. I guess even similar to what you saw happen with Jimbo
Mhm.
with the writing on the wall with A&M
Mhm.
the past year or so. So
Mhm.
hey, that's going to be interesting. But um, I mean, again, Rawhide, and to the audience, I feel like I'm lying to you guys if I'm like not giving you my opinion on the fact of like I don't think today probably went as expected for CU. That's just
Mhm.
my hunch. But now we get to see how they're going to respond and react.
Mhm.
And they haven't been at least in the recruiting world, they haven't been anybody that's like they've always had a decent, you know, plan up their sleeve or that, they've been able to make good adjustments. So, hey man, like what I tell everybody all the time, man, just hold on, enjoy the ride, man.
Yeah.
Enjoy the ride of this thing. The fact that you can feel alive with it. But at the end of the day, I don't think this class is gonna stay at however many commits we got right now or signees we got.
High school guys or total?
Just total, we got
Mhm.
16 transfers, 5 signees, so that's 21. Then Jordan Seaton would make 22. So I would imagine this class still gets into the 30s, and we still got bowl season. I mean, I was expecting Rawhide for this to be a portal heavy class. We'll just have to
Mhm.
see what that ratio turns out to be. It might just be more drastic than I had just been expecting.
Mhm. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
I
I'll
still,
take
you
this
still
real
need,
quick.
you still need more
Chairman, I
fire recruits.
appreciate the super chat. Says, even if Seaton doesn't sign, he helped us out a lot already going on national TV saying what he said. I feel like that helped other recruits join us. And again, thank you so much for the $5. I feel like that's fair. Um, hey, he hasn't signed anywhere else yet. You know,
Yeah, yeah, right.
I
Still hope, bro.
I still feel like he's going to sign here. Maybe that's just me drinking the black and gold Kool-Aid, but hey, if I'm in a recruiting battle with Maryland, take away the player's name, take away where they're from. I know that, plays into it here. I just feel good about it. Hold up real quick. Yeah, you take this, Rawhide.
Who's that? Well, no, I'm sorry. I think I disagree. Are you asking about that super chat there?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Give
yeah,
us your thoughts.
yeah. I disagree with that. I don't. I have a little pushback on. I don't think it did. I don't think it did him any favors, right? Or the university for him to go on national TV and then change his mind a little less than 2 weeks later, right? You went on national broadcast. It wasn't on YouTube, no 247. It wasn't that. It was, man, FS1 undisputed. You know what I'm saying? And then he went to Coach Prime's homeboy. Man, I don't think that looked good for. I don't look that good for Coach Prime and the program. That just gave people more fodder. And let's just say, let's be clear real quick. Who truly cares about fodder? I know those are just words. You know what I'm saying? Just personally, we shouldn't allow words to bother us that much. But just it looks like it made it feel like a joke of a program. Him doing that, like it just didn't. It didn't. It's like, man, that's somebody. That's a program that you can toy with. But
Mm,
I've been saying, I'm going to continue to say, I don't think he's gone yet. So until I
yeah.
see an official flip, or until I see him sign somewhere else, I'm saying he's still on Colorado's, saying commit list. So, but just responding to your question, I didn't like it. I
Yeah.
didn't, honestly, I didn't even like it for him. Now he if he goes to Maryland, it looks less bad. But I mean, hey, what can you say about these youngsters nowadays, bro? What can you say?
We'll just have to see. Peter Scott says, "Can't wait for the bowl games to end." Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, and I can't wait for them to end too, just to see the other people that we get. And appreciate that super chat, Peter, as well as Alexander Esposito saying it's seen as a straight clown emoji. If he flips, keep it real. I guess if, but hey, whether it happens to me or as a Colorado fan or someone else, I'm just not like that where I'm just going to be calling all these kids clowns and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah, I don't do that. I don't do that.
17, 18 years old, you're going to make a big deal. You're going to do stuff for attention. I mean, this probably is no surprise to you, Rawhide, that I did the announcements at my school in high school. People just like to have a mic in front of them. People like the eyes and the attention and all that. Teenagers are just going to do teenage things. So you're not going to get me doing anything like what Talking Balls is doing, questioning his character or anything like that.
Mhm.
He's going to make the best business decision for him. I just hope that's CU, and I feel good about it right now. So we'll just have to see. I still want to bet on him coming here than not. And I mean, what's this week without some more added drama? That's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, yeah. You're right, bro. You're right, man. We just got to maintain perspective, bro. That's what I ask everybody. That's what I ask everybody to listen to me. I just come. I'm about perspective, guys. So try not to get too high up. Try not to get too down. You know what I'm saying? Just stay even keel, and then you know what I'm saying. It ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? Just not that bad.
Yeah, but yeah, y'all go listen to Talking Balls. Y'all go listen to man, is it who I was listening to yesterday for the KJE King Joseph Edwards commit High Top Sports. I think those are Florida guys. So go check in on them today. see how
Oh,
see how they're doing.
ooh-wee.
and all that. But, guys, at the end of the day, like, I don't think this went ideally for any of us, or like what we were expecting. And we'll just have to see how Prime and the rest of the staff respond. They're not just going to fall flat on their face. They're just, again, people treat this program like I was running it. like if I lost some commits or some recruits, man, I am screwed. I'm absolutely screwed. Who'd want to come play for me?
Right.
You know, nobody in their right mind. So, um, it, just enjoy this, y'all. The ups and the downs, the peaks and the valleys, just like the season, man. It didn't end the way that we wanted to, but still the best 4-8 season of my life. And we're gonna get some more guys. I mean, we just have to, dude. We just have to.
Mhm. Right.
And I think they'll be good. I guess that's the question. Will they be good or not? And I think they'll be good.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Hey, bro, I think you said it all right there for sure. Got to keep the energy down because you don't need to like that, bro. People have bathed in gasoline. All it takes is just one spark and it's on fire.
Man, man, everybody's in their feelings today. Everybody's a little moody. I think, it just happens, man. This is all part of the game. You gotta keep perspective. But you know what, Rawhide? When February rolls around and those national championship odds drop for the 2024 season, I'm going to be throwing some money down on that. No matter what other transfers we bring in, I'm going to be
Facts.
doing it. I'm going to be riding this wave, and we're just going to have to, we're going to have to enjoy it.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Hey, and
Oh,
Bucs fans, be praying that predicted Vegas win total is low. Don't we all want to make money again? We can't be mad at Vegas if they're only picking us for 5-6 wins. Come on now. We know we're hitting the over on that again. We know we're
yep,
making money again for
yep,
the second season in a row. So
yep,
we'll just have
yep.
to see how it all plays out. All right, Rawhide, I appreciate you staying on with
Man, I
me.
appreciate you having me, bro. I appreciate you having me.
And sorry about the different setup, y'all. I'll be in some different places over the next week and a half for the holidays. I will be back tomorrow. I'm not sure when, but I appreciate you guys as always. Rawhide, let them know what you got coming up soon. You got another live tonight?
Yeah, guys, in 50 minutes, I'll be going live again in 50 minutes. It's the Quiet Storm, the Midnight Quiet Storm. If y'all ever been on the Midnight Quiet Storm, y'all know how that goes. So y'all come on over, man, and let's have a good time. We talk about any and everything. You know what I'm saying? This is your opportunity to get it off your chest and let everybody know. You know what I'm saying? So y'all come on over and holler at me in 50 minutes.
Man, I love that. All right, big shout out to the chat. Y'all were fantastic as always.
Oh yeah.
Y'all y'all have a great night. Y'all go support Rawhide and his channel later tonight. I will see you guys later. And as always, everybody, Sco Buffs.
Let's go Buff.
All right. Thanks again.